Hello, everyone. This is Grace. It is January the 5th, 2021, and we are continuing our study in Daniel 7. And we left off at verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. We'll continue on. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, and all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So here, Jesus, let me just tell you real quick, for those of you who have noticed that I've been saying Jesus, I heard someone say that Jesus was the real name of Jesus, and of course, that made sense. That's the name in the Bible. So I did a little research, but the Bible was translated, right? So I did a little research trying to figure out if that was true. And the Lord he answered my plea here. And my understanding at this point is that the language of, now I haven't done a lot of research. I'm saying Jesus now because Jesus is in the Bible. Okay. So, my understanding so far is this. The Hebrew language did not actually come into existence until about 700 years after Jesus died. It wasn't actually written until about 750 to 800 after death. It's not, if it was translated, it wasn't translated from Hebrew. Hebrew, by the way, has its roots in Italian, which is a Roman language. So Hebrew actually stems from it was established after the Roman kingdom was established, because that's what the roots of Hebrew are. It's from Italian. I think Italian. Whatever. It's not a ancient language. It's a fairly new language. So until I figure out what's going on, Jesus is the name that's in the Bible. That's the name that I will be using from now on. So let's continue. So here we see Jesus coming to the Ancient of Days. He's about to receive his kingdom. And he is given dominion and glory, and his kingdom, his people. And that all people, nations, and tongues should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So he has his kingdom. He has his people. He has his church. So now the people of God are going to go out and do what they were originally called to do. His kingdom is also going to include that of Ephraim, which is resurrected, and Dan, the living saints that don't die. So let's go ahead and continue. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit. And we learned all of that in 13 and 14 in our study in Revelation 13 and Revelation 14. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me, and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth, are four kings which shall arise out of the earth, out of the church. The heathen nation, of course, arised for the church, because they were given dominion because of the chastisement that needed to be pronounced against the people of God. So no person of God could chastise them. It had to be a heathen nation if the judgment was upon the people of God. So that's why they are included as part of that. So we'll continue on. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured brick in pieces and stamped the residue with his feet. So Daniel didn't have the complete story, is what he's saying. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, what was going on with him. He knew enough. Which was diverse from all of the others. It was different from all of the others in that the other beasts were kingdoms with armies, and this beast was a kingdom with false prophets. From all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron. And he is going to know the truth then, because he's going to be brought back. It tells us that in Daniel 12, that he's going to stand in his lot at the end. He's going to be brought back as part of the 144,000 that give the message in the last days. Okay, from all the others, exceeding dreadful. It was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, which is the same as the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire is our example in that they have a pope. So that is our example here, and that is our example in real life. And his nails of brass, and which devour, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before, okay, I'm sorry, I'm so tongue-tied here. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes in the mouth and spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Okay, I can't read because I'm trying to think and read at the same time. I'm going to pause you for a moment. Okay, I want to point out here in this verse that instead of heads, it says we're in his head. And hold on a moment. If we go up here, it's somewhere up here. 4 heads. Okay, so they put a plural on this one. But then when you come down here, it's very clear. It says that the horns were in his head. Now they did put it like this because it's one, they're all ruling together. It's one group of people that are ruling all of the nations. There's not a head for this nation and a head for that nation and a head for this nation. It's one small group of people that are ruling everyone. So that's why it's worded like that. It's all one head that's ruling these nations. Even though there are 4 nations, even though it's listed as 4 heads, that 4 heads is there. Okay, I'm not going to find it again. Okay, but you know what it says. I just showed it to you. That 4 heads is to show that it is a universal religion. There's really one group of people that are ruling everybody. And then they are ruled, and they're ruling under the dictate of the one man of Revelation 13, the man of sin. So let's see if we can get through this. And of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn which had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things. So here, very great things. This word, what was it about this word? This has something to do with the commandments, because I just can't remember. Actually, let's look it up first. This is another hint that he is trying to override the commandments of God. Huge, domineering character, very great things. As opposed to Hold on. Because of the word wisdom. Okay. Let's just go ahead and look it up. The very great things that he's speaking is to break the commandments of God. We're just going to have to see if we can see it here. Then the king made Daniel a great man and gave many great gifts and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon. How great are his signs, how mighty are his wonders. Maybe it's forthcoming. We'll continue on. Maybe we'll be able to see it more clearly as we go on. Anyway, he spake great things, very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Okay, we've already discussed all this. So this is just speaking of the time of restoration. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. Be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms. Okay, I think we're good there. I think that's self-explained as well. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and shall subdue 3 kings. Again, these kingdoms are men. These 10 horns are men. Or, I mean, it may be, they stand for men that control the world. It's the Confederacy is what it is. And they shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and then that's the man of sin. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and law. This is the word I wanted to look up, not the very great things. Very great things I wanted to point out was different than this, because here it says he speaks great words, and then it goes on to explain it. So let's read it through. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times. So here is the word that means command. Corresponding a word, command, discourse, or subject, commandment, matter, thing, word. And if we look it up, that's the way that it's used. It's used as a command. So he's going to speak great commands against the Most High, not words. He's going to give laws and commands that go directly against the Most High. And by doing that, he's going to wear out the saints of the Most High. And what is he going to do? He's going to think, this is telling what he's doing. He's going to think to change times and laws. That's the Sunday law. And they're going to be given into his hand until a times and the dividing of times. So all of that in one little verse, but that's why I looked at that previous words. I just got it mixed up with this one. But I just wanted to point out that here he says he speaks great words. And then it goes on to give a description of the great words that he speaks. If he wanted to say great things, he could have said up here, same as up here, great things. That's not what was chosen. He says he spoke great commands, and then it goes on to explain the commands here. No explanation was given up here. So let's continue on. But he's given the explanation down here. So it says, the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy until the end. Now, this dominion here, the root word for this is power. So if you were to read this as power, it says the judgment is going to sit, the judgment against them is going to sit, and they shall take away his power to consume and destroy it until the end. So this is dominion. It requires a kingdom. So what it actually says is that he has built his entire kingdom to consume and destroy up until the very end. That is Satan's kingdom. His power was used to build a kingdom to consume and destroy and steal every soul that he possibly could from Yahweh away. I'm not sure about the name of Yahweh either. I have to do some more research, you guys, but it's all I have right now. So anyway, but I wanted to point that out because right now, it just told you that he is going to make a law saying that you have to change times in law. The only times in law, the only law in the Bible that is both a time and a law is the Sunday Sabbath. And that's what he's going to change. And that's what he's going to go against. But if you really just sit back and look at the world today, nobody cares about the Sabbath. Nobody wants to keep it. They come up with excuse after excuse, lie after lie. It doesn't matter. They'll keep every single commandment there is as long as they don't have to keep the one that honors God. Okay? They'll honor anybody, but they're not going to honor God. Satan has already pretty much done his job, except for the fact that he can't let one soul get past. He can't. He can't. He cannot do it. His entire kingdom is bent on destroying souls up until the very end. Up until the very end. So let's continue on. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me. I keep wanting to say cogitations, by the way. That's why I keep messing that word up. My cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. So we are going to close out with that. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Just leave them below, and if I can help, I will certainly respond back or try to help. All right, until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.